Greetings of love, light, and oneness from myself, Nazir, and the spiritual masters who guide our journey. Thank you so much for tuning in, all those who are here to get this advanced spiritual information for the evolution of our species. Today we're going to talk about quantum frame shifting to jump timelines. Quantum frame shifting to jump timelines. We're getting more technical. We're getting into the nuts and bolts of it, of how to really jump timelines, which is our next course coming up in April. So one of the concepts you'll be learning is how to drastically alter your reality in a relatively short amount of time. And that's what quantum jumping or timeline jumping is. We all make shifts. In fact, we're shifting through different timelines billions of times a second right now with the speed of thought, with the speed of light, right? But you want to make a quantum jump. It's going to take energy, it's going to take power, and it's going to take technique. There are other realities or timelines that exist beyond our awareness. There's other realities, other timelines, and these are the different realms where our higher selves, notice I said higher selves. There's no one higher self. There's different gradations of higher selves, okay? The same way they say the most high. Well, if God is the most high, they made an admission that there's other gods that are not as high, but he is the most high. Just like Mount Everest is the tallest mountain, but there's other mountains that have height as well. So we have several higher selves, okay? Higher versions of ourselves reside there. These realities are as real as the realities we experience now. So just as real as your reality is now, the reality where you own the business, the reality where you're married with children, or you're very wealthy, your career is taking off, you have that position you want, you have that dream house you want, it's just as real as the reality that you're experiencing now. These realities are also populated by other versions of others in your life. So there's corresponding versions of everyone in your life that also reside on these higher planes, because we all have higher selves. To jump into these higher realities, that you have these intents manifested, like I said, the dream job or the dream career, your dream home, your dream life, you must first make a shift. You must first make a shift in your frame. Almost like meeting objectives. We all heard of, goal setting, especially in the 90s, goal setting, and there's objectives that you have to meet before you actually reach your goal. So higher realities. Our reality is actually a series of fragmented frames. They're eternal still frames that exist throughout eternity. These frames have always existed and always will exist. And we shift through these frames as crystallized forms of information. These are crystallized forms of information. Trillions upon trillions of them, right? And we are the conscious light that focuses on it and who penetrates these things. And it happens in terms of almost like a film strip, almost like a projector. So we are meandering and traversing through realities, which is a series of still frames, and it creates the illusion of movement. It creates the illusion of experience. So this is the life's movie. This is the illusion. This is why so many masters, and you get into esoteric teachings, it tells you that this reality is an illusion. Well, it's an illusion, but it's a real illusion. It's a real illusion, right? Remember, the definition of reality is that it's unchanging. So if you're looking at any form of movement, any form of growth and development, it is an illusion. But it's a real illusion because the experience is real. Experience create reality. Just like you have a rock. A rock is 99.9% empty space when you get to the subatomic particles and the atoms. It's mostly empty space. But get hit with a rock. The pain is real. The experience is real. So don't listen to anybody that tells you this reality is a complete illusion. It is not an illusion because the experience is real. So when we slow down and still the mind, when we go into altered states of consciousness, or when we go into a meditative state, we become aware of our thoughts. We become aware of our emotions. We become aware of our actions. This is also done through journaling. We really highly endorse journaling here at Hidden Power University, a form of reflecting. We can reflect on the state we are in and make conscious choices to take us to a higher state. So we want to make conscious choices. We don't just want to go through this movie or this so-called illusion or experience unconsciously. We want to stop, pause, freeze the mind, freeze the frame, and really determine where do we want to go in life and what choices are going to get us there. What energetic vibrations and emotional states are going to get us there. And this is how we do it. We pause, and this is what I call creating a key frame. Creating a key frame, because it opens the door, just like a key, to higher timelines in parallel worlds or parallel realities. These are times when we can shift to a new frame. We can shift to a new chain of events in the film strip of our current life and change our trajectory. Back in the 90s, I was a web designer. They call it a web host, right? And we would design animations, right? So I don't know if you recall that far back, but a lot of websites were very cheesy. They would have certain animations to walk on the screen, or a car would race out on the screen, like a cartoon. And you have all these different animations. And in these animations, you had a function called the keyframe. And a keyframe was the exact starting and ending point of a series of frames in an animation. And ironically, in animation, they use the same terms as timeline jumping. I'm noticing it's the same thing. Terms like stage. Every element or every object, you have to put it on the stage and manipulate it to move. Terms like keyframes, objects, elements, frames, timeline. All of this is dealing with timelines. In many ways, this is an animation. This reality is a cartoon. Right? It's still frames that the light of consciousness is running through at an extremely fast rate, that it gives the illusion of movement. Even this video you're watching right now, it's a certain amount of keyframes. I think it's 25 frames per second, right? And your brain perceives it as movement as I move my hands, but it's just a series of still pictures or still frames. Now, all timelines are separated not by space, but by mental vibration. When you shift frames, you create a key frame in a new series of frames, creating the experience of a new chain of events or a new chain of timelines. Okay? But the universe is still mental. So when you start to put all of these things that you're learning here at Hidden Power University together, the universe is all in the mind. It's all mental, but at the same time, there's different timelines. There's different parallel worlds and parallel realities. So when you put that together, you have different worlds and universes in your mind based on how you manipulate your frequency vibration. Because there's nothing out there, right? Everything you see out there in the exterior universe is what your brain is telling you that you're seeing based on the processing of data and the creation of a cartoon, the creation of an animation. I want you to start thinking in terms of you being the creator of your reality, right? You being the director, the producer, and the animator of your life's movie, which is a never-ending creative production. Imagine yourself surrounded by eternity, surrounded by infinity, right? Possessing complete and total sovereign power over your experiences and over your reality. For you are the grand master of your destiny. And the time is now. The time is now to grab that power, step up to that power, and make it happen, people. The gateway is open, the frequency is open, and the time is now. So I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video increase your degrees of knowledge in terms of timeline jumping and keyframes and manipulating your energy states to jump to new frames. There's much more to come, but thank you for now. That's it. And we'll see you next time. Shalom Wadu. All types of things start to take place with platinum. And on top of that, the spiritual aspect is ridiculous. Your insight becomes so clear. The things you need to do in your life become so clear. Everything starts to look beautiful. Right now, there's some ducks on the lake over here. And they look beautiful. They look beautiful. People you thought that you didn't even give an eye to, all of a sudden, somebody with a crazy big nose, or, you know, just something outlandish. You start seeing the beauty in crazy stuff. You start seeing the beauty in everything. Everything starts to brighten up and become in technicolor. Now, this is partially the lucid dreaming, because guess what? Life is a dream. But is your dream clear? Is it lucid? Anyway, Nasir Ra, I'm about to ride out right now. I just wanted to make this quick video. Looks like the sheriff is coming. And I'm gonna roll out. Shalom Wadu. Here at Hidden Power University, we do everything big. Everything is big. So when I'm walking around and I see the plates, look at that right there. See?
Go down.
You got salad on top of salad. He uses soup for salad dressing. How's everything going, brother?
Absolutely phenomenal. This is a phenomenal event. You know, right here with the master teacher, Nasir Ra, and things of that nature. And we just having a phenomenal time, vibing. Everybody's on the same frequency, vibrating at a high level. Peace and blessings. Come out to the next one.